Today, boys and girls, we'll be learning about sayings and phrases. Now, how many of you have ever heard the word proverbs? Say that word, proverbs. Well, a proverb are short traditional sayings that have been passed along orally from generations to generations. Normally, they express general truths based on experiences and observations of everyday life. Now, Proverbs can have two different meanings. When I read it, it could have a literal meaning or it could have a figurative meaning. A literal meaning means they mean exactly what they say. You don't have to figure it out in the sentence. Figurative meanings are not stated but implied, which means it takes a little bit of work to try to figure out what someone is trying to tell you. So we're going to practice figuring out if a sentence has literal meaning or a figurative meaning. Are we ready? Listen to this sentence. The computers at school are old dinosaurs. Now, do I mean it literally or figuratively? If you said figurative, then you are correct. Our computers are not old dinosaurs. I am not going to walk in the room and see a bunch of just dinosaurs and say, oh, look at those computers. So it's figuratively. That means I got to figure out what you're trying to say, what are we trying to say in the sentence that computers are old dinosaurs? Yeah, that just means those computers are really, really old at school. Okay, let's try another one. I am very hungry. Do I mean that literally? I'm starving? Or is there a deeper meaning there? That's right. I mean that literally. Exactly what I said. I'm hungry. Let's try another one. The grass looks like spiky green hair. Grass. Is that literally or is that figurative? Means you got to figure out what I'm trying to say. Correct. That is a figurative sentence. Grass cannot have spiky hair. The grass can be spiky, but it can't be hair. Let's try another one. I slept well last night. I slept really well last night. Do I mean that literally, or is there something else I'm trying to say that you have to figure it out? No, literally. Exactly what I said I meant. Let's try one more. The thunder was a mighty lion. The thunder was a mighty lion. Now, yeah, that's figurative language. It cannot be mighty like a lion, however, it could be loud like a lion's roar, which makes it mighty. So that is a figurative means sentence, which means it was implied and not stated. Now let's try one more, but this one is an example of a proverb. Always put your best foot forward. Is that literal or figurative? Always put your best foot forward. Yeah, that's figurative language. It just simply means to always, always try your best. Now, how many of you ever heard this sentence? One rotten apple spoils the whole barrel. Well, that is a proverb. Now, think back to what we've been talking about, literal and figurative. Which one do you think that is? Do you think it's a literal statement or a figurative statement? That's right. It's figurative. One rotten spoils the whole barrel. Now let's talk about it because actually this sentence can be literal. It can also be figurative. So that was a trick question. Now, this phrase means that if you have a whole barrel with a bunch of apples in it and one of those apples is spoiled or rotten, well, guess what's going to happen eventually to the entire barrel? That rotten apple is going to start affecting all the good apples in that barrel. So, literally, a rotten apple can spoil the entire barrel. Now, who do you think, if we mean figuratively, what a rotten apple could be when we're thinking about our read aloud? That's right. It could be one badly behaving person or one bad thing. So if we think about this sentence literally, then it's just saying that, I'm sorry, figuratively, it's just saying that one bad behaving person can ruin it for everybody. Okay? Now, this sentence is also, you remember this word from last year, a metaphor. And a metaphor is a word or phrase that stands for something else.